I cold pitched over 5,000 brands in 62 days, and here's exactly what I learned. Most creators' pitches get ignored before they're ever even read, and it has nothing to do with your content. One structural change is going to put you in the top 5% of creators landing in brands' inboxes. And for a little bit of context, most creators pitch, here's who I am, and I have this many followers, and I've done this and that. Talking about themselves. Brands don't care, especially if you're doing UGC. Brands get hundreds of I'd love to collab every single day. The people who actually get a reply are the people who lead with the brand's problem. They immediately address it. They want to help, not the creator's credentials. That one single shift puts you in a completely different ballgame. A single cold pitch that actually worked for me as of recently, and I've been making content since 2012, I went to Lovable, a company that I have seen been growing in the SaaS space. I created an app that I use for UGC, and I went to them and I said, hey, I see you're running AI ads that are underperforming and you guys are spending thousands of dollars on meta ads, but I see that your UGC ads are converting, but nobody knows how to make UGC content because the people who use your platform are kind of nerdy. I would love to make a set of UGC content for you. I love this shit. I breathe this shit. I made this product and I want to talk about it. They said, fuck yeah. That turned into a multi-5-figure retainer for me over the last 6 months. Now, back when I used to post in the fitness industry, a lot of times I would go to brands and I would say, hey, I love your product. I would love to make you some videos about it. And I had a little bit of clout back then, so it actually worked. But before that, in the gaming industry, I would always go to them and be like, I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and I post Minecraft content and I would never get a response. Never. Not until I started pitching and doing research on the brand before I say a single word did I start to see conversions and more replies with all of my emails, DMs, and outreach. Specific details and you doing research on the brand, for the brand, you identifying KPIs that maybe they didn't even notice, maybe their marketing team didn't notice. If you can identify that, that gives you immediate credentials. If you're vague or vain, that's forgettable. That's not valuable to the brand at all. So let's go over why most people get ignored in the first place. Oh my God, the subject line, if it says collaboration opportunity, you're fucking cooked. You know how many of those brands get on every single day in email, TikTok shop, WhatsApp. Nobody cares. The fastest way to get deleted, okay? Opening your email with, hey, my name is Jay, and I have this many followers on X. You lost them. They don't care. They see that every day. They've seen that for years. Brand quite literally opened your email and said, well, what is in it for me? Why do we need you? You need to answer that one question before they even ask it in one single line. In line 1, to be specific. You have 3 seconds, the same as a content hook. If you don't have them by then, you lost them. So let's talk about the 3-line pitch structure. Line 1 needs to identify their very specific issue or campaign that they're actively looking for people. One specific observation about their brand or their marketing currently. I noticed that you're running ads on X and Reddit, but I also noticed that you're not getting conversions to your website. I only see ad spend in your Meta Ads Manager. I have Meta Ads Manager. Or even better on TikTok Shop. I see your videos are going viral with 0 engagement and 0 conversions. TikTok is a great place to look, by the way. Any brand that's on TikTok is most likely over on Amazon. And if they're on both and they're running ads and they're paying creators, you know they got a big budget. So line 2 should be your solution, your value proposition. What are you going to deliver? What are you proposing? And attach your portfolio link. I prefer a hyperlink. It's cleaner. It's that little blue link that you can click on and it delivers them. It's better than this big, long, spammy link that makes them look like they're about to get screwed. And line 3, it needs to be a question. Would it make sense for me to send over a couple of content examples for you, tailored to you? But they are probably curious as to see what you can possibly do for them. What are they going to lose if you just send over some examples? Nothing. They might like it. They might pay you. That is the entire email. Stop there. Best regards. Have a good evening. You. I personally have a portfolio link at the bottom, and that's the signature of my emails. I think it looks cleaner. Now, where to find the right contacts, okay? Collab at and info at are quite literally the biggest graveyards of emails. Do not go there. You're going to not get a reply. So please avoid them at all costs. Find the marketing manager or whoever runs the marketing department on LinkedIn, on X, especially Reddit. Go directly to a human, the person, because half the time the collab inboxes are managed by AI. Twitter or X has a fuck ton of founders, and Reddit has a fuck ton of brands, especially SaaS companies that are looking for you. By the way, the smaller brands that are SaaS companies, that are tech companies, have a much bigger budget and they are hiring faster than ever because their investors are demanding money and they need to create revenue as fast as possible, which means they need to hire you as fast as possible, generate income, get out as fast as possible. Creator marketplaces are the best place to find this. The brands are warm as fuck. They're not cold. They're not like Target where you're pitching to them and hoping they respond to you. Unless you got it like that and you clearly convert in the UGC community, you're not getting a response. You're not getting in. And I made an entire video talking about 5 free places that you can find these warm brand deals and UGC contracts and retainers. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Product hunting is a lot of fun. Every new launch equals a brand that needs content immediately. Whether it's upcoming or currently happening, they need content. And the follow-up is honestly where the most deals are made, okay? A lot of brands sometimes don't see the very first email, but those follow-ups, especially if done properly, that's where you make the most money. That's where you close these deals. Wait 3 to 4 days and then follow up. And please don't say just checking in, because they don't care. Add a new piece of value, concept, or something else that you're seeing in their content or their campaign that sucks. Don't say it like that, but add more value. If every email is value packed, holy shit, you're just setting yourself up for success. A piece of content that you made in their niche, a stat that you see, their conversion rates, whatever, add value. I'm not gonna lie to you, in my personal experience and the hundreds of people I've worked with, the second to third email is where you close the deal. Stopping at 1 is leaving so much money on the table. After 2 to 3 emails with no response, don't burn the bridge, just move on. You can always come back around later. Now you have their email in your CRM. Red flags when brands are responding to you. We gotta go over them. We will pay you in products. We want to do a collaboration gifting campaign. Absolutely the fuck not. Only take it if you genuinely want it, okay? I've gotten couches for free, 3D printers, so many things that I genuinely wanted. That's perfectly fine. Treat it as a portfolio piece. There's nothing wrong with that. But a majority of the time, if you are looking for pure cash and you do not want it and you are trying to make money, don't accept it, please. It's not worth it. You do not want to be a busy creator that's making nothing. Start small and we'll increase it once we see results. That's not happening. Don't do it, please. It almost always stays small, especially if their product simply isn't in demand or they're not, you know, a household brand. No contract after a verbal agreement is an absolute no. If they do not want a contract, if it's just verbal, absolutely not. No contract equals no deal. Do not cook yourself doing this. I literally had to start a collections agency just to make sure my people get their brand deals. And this was for me included. It's fucking stupid. Should not have to get to this point. And vague deliverables in their brief, no. You need to nail this down in the beginning. When is the payment going to be processed? What is the delivery timeline? What are the usage rights? Whitelisting, how are they using it? Especially if they say perpetual or universal rights, you want to make sure that you lock down all of the details in the beginning, in paper, signed by both people before you produce a single piece of content. All in all, most creators literally do outreach like it's a lottery, and it's truly not. It's quite systematic if you actually look at it with practicality. It's just a skill. It is a numbers game, but it can be a precise, much smaller numbers game if you learn this skill. And every part of this is learnable. The subject line, the body, the paragraph, the follow-up game. The creators that are making all of the money right now are not more talented than you. They don't have a higher quality camera because this camera is an iPhone right now. They are simply not waiting for permission. They're going after it, they are getting it, and they are following the fuck up. Now, I just went over a video on how to close your very first $1,000 brand deal in 24 hours. If you want to check out that video, in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can scale from 1,000 to 3 to 5,000. Subscribe if this video was helpful or taught you something new today. Hope this helps.